Hey guys, how we doing? So we're back on another Mother's Basement video. Now this one's going to be interesting because I haven't used my Netflix account in a while because I've just been living on Crunchyroll. Like, I live on Crunchyroll. Like, I'm nearly finished Hunter x Hunter. I'm always watching My Hero Academia every week. Attack on Titan as that's coming out. Angels of Death. I've been watching some of the Demon Lord. That was decent. That was like, apart from the one episode near the end, which was like, what the hell's going on? Weird. Then there's like other things I've been watching as well. And then I'm like, I've got a Netflix account. Why haven't I watched anything on there? I'm like, because I don't know what to check out. So as soon as Mother's Basement's put out a 7 great anime you should Netflix binge, I'm like, ooh, interesting. So let's check it out. 7 great anime you should Netflix binge.
I tend to give Netflix a lot of flack for their agonizingly slow anime release schedule, but despite that, I still use the service to watch a lot of anime and other stuff, like BoJack Horseman, which might well be the single greatest thing ever.
Amazing show. I need to watch a new season, actually.
Netflix has a pretty killer lineup of Chinese cartoons available to binge at your leisure. Almost too killer, actually. The service holds quite a few crown jewels of the anime canon, critically acclaimed classics that everyone and their grandma knows that they've got to get around to watching at some point, which is great, but means that you might have overlooked a few equally fine gems in their collection that just happen to sparkle a little less brightly. So today I'm going to be shining a light on 7 of those, specifically ones that I haven't recommended before. I'm ranking them roughly in order of preference, but they're all fantastic shows that you can and should watch on Netflix today. Or, you know, at least add to your infinitely growing queue of endless shame so that you can watch them in a panic when they're about to be delisted in a few months. Coming in at number 7 is Magi, the Labyrinth of Magic, a shonen adventure story that, while it is fairly popular, I still think deserves more recognition than it gets. Released in 2012, it didn't flop, but for whatever reason, it never garnered as much attention as many of its contemporaries. And that's a crying shame, because it's a solid adventure story with a setting we don't often get to see in anime. A fantasy world heavily inspired by the 1001 Arabian Nights. Throughout this world are trap-filled dungeons ruled by genies who grant incredible power to the humans who can conquer their trials. With the help of a mysterious, quirky little boy with magical powers named Aladdin, a poor young man named Ali Baba becomes one of those dungeon conquerors, and together they set out on an adventure to change the world. Perhaps Magi fails to stand out because it doesn't quite reinvent the wheel. This is a red-blooded shonen battle series through and through that sticks very closely to the genre's formula, but it does a really good job of it. There's a lot of nuance to its characters and its inventive setting and magic system.
I apologize, I have Skittles and I'm very hungry.
And fun battles. Plus, its seasonal release schedule meant that it was blessedly free of filler, and its production value stayed consistently high. If you need a show to scratch your shonen battle itch with Hiroaka finally wrapping up, Magi will serve you better than most. Another Netflix show that does a great job of that is 7 Deadly Sins, so if you somehow haven't seen that yet, I'd recommend
I've only seen season 1.
At number 6, we've got the first of 3 new additions to Netflix's library that prompted me to make this list in the first place. Dragon Pilot, Hisone and Masotan, a beautiful original anime from Studio Bones about a girl and her dragon, who is also a fighter jet, and which she pilots by being eaten.
Oh wow, that's so cool!
Dragon Pilot came out in spring of this year, but flew under most people's radar, if you'll pardon the pun, because of Netflix's aforementioned refusal to simulcast shit. But now that it is finally out in English, I really don't want you guys to miss out on it, because it's great. Dragon Pilot has a unique, simplistic art style that just oozes personality and allows for impressively detailed and exaggerated character animations. It's rare to see characters in a TV anime emote this often or this expressively. The fantastic soundtrack only enhances the appeal, and the show makes use of both to deliver solid comedy and drama in spades. Dragon Pilot combines a sense of almost fairy tale whimsy with very relatable themes and plot lines. It's a little bit high-flying action, a little bit down-to-earth workplace dramedy, and somewhere between those extremes, it makes magic happen. I don't know if everyone will jive with its offbeat storytelling sensibilities, but if you like anime that's unapologetically strange and funny, you'll have a blast with Dragon Pilot. On that note, in 5th place, we've got The Disastrous Life of Saiki K, a nutty high school comedy about a smart, cynical young man born with supreme intelligence and incredible psychic powers, which he mostly sees as a nuisance in the way of his quiet, ordinary life, since all all they really do is draw attention to him and expose the inner thoughts of all the idiots and crazy people who surround him. Though it's packaged in 24 standard-length episodes on Netflix, Saiki K is actually a series of 125-minute-long standalone gags and moves with the pace that you'd expect from a short series like Take You or Senyu. Jokes hit fast and hard and are frequently laugh-out-loud hilarious. This is a cynical comedy full of oddball characters and strange scenarios, with Saiki largely providing deadpan reactions to all the insanity that comes his way. His psychic powers can escalate things in a funny and unpredictable manner, but their real comedic potential lies in exposing the disparity between the supporting cast's outward actions and their inner thoughts, or lack thereof in the case of the boneheaded Riki Nendo. Saiki K has a consistently strong sense of humor, but I think its greatest strength is its variety. You never quite know what to expect from each 5-minute episode. On that note, I actually don't know if I'd recommend binging it, because the individual episodes make for great comedic pick-me-ups that you can watch at any time, and you don't want to burn through those too fast. Speaking of pick-me-ups, in 4th place I'm recommending Silver Spoon, or Gin no Saji, which is actually one of my favorite shows on this list, but I'm ranking it toward the middle because it's a pretty niche title. It's a realistic slice-of-life comedy about a city slicker nerd learning to be a country boy at a farming school, and some people just won't be interested in that no matter how good I say it is. It is really good, though, and that's owing in no small part to the original manga's creator, Hiromu Arakawa, the brilliant mind behind Full Metal Alchemist. And since I really shouldn't need to tell you to watch FMA and Brotherhood, this is the closest I'm going to come to talking about them on this list. Arakawa grew up in rural Japan, and thus a lot of the show draws on her personal experience. Obviously, if you enjoy FMA for things like crazy, over-the-top magical fights, you're not going to get much out of Silver Spoon, although my next recommendation and Magi will probably be to your liking, but if you enjoyed that series for its rich world and lovable characters, you'll find a lot to love here. It has strong comedic chops, great romance, characters every bit as lovable as the citizens of Amestris, and a lot of heart. The first season was helmed by erased and SAO director Tomohiko Ito, which means that it's a more visually inventive show than you might expect from the premise, and also the music is pretty darn great, especially the ED by Tsukima Switch, which is god tier. Silver Spoon isn't a masterpiece, but it's a relaxing, good time, and with the world being how it is, sometimes that's all I want from it. Sometimes I want shows about everything in a world going wrong, and for that, my 3rd place pick is The Dragon Prince, the second show that prompted me to make this list, and the second one about dragons. Plus the one that's probably going to get the most pushback in the comments, since, like Avatar The Last Airbender, it was made in America. If you want to hear my thoughts on that particular debate, you can click here. But country of origin isn't the only thing this show has in common with Avatar. The Dragon Prince is the brainchild of Aaron Ehazes?
That guy.
I have no idea how to pronounce that. The head writer and head director of the Nickelodeon classic, who had a major influence on its tone and overall quality, and who took the helm on most of the episodes. If you ever found yourself thinking, you know, there was something missing from The Legend of Korra, well, he's what was missing. This is his first creator credit, which he shares with Uncharted 3
My friend Kieran's a huge fan of both of those.
And The Dragon Prince has a lot of that creative spark that Korra was missing. It's a dense, rich medieval fantasy story that follows the tradition set by Tolkien without being slavishly tied to it. A lot of thought has gone into building the show's world, mythology, and magic system, but equal care has been paid to the characters, who are remarkably complex and human. Even the show's villain, who does some utterly despicable, irredeemable things, comes to his actions from a very understandable place. And the series tackles heavy themes like death, war, politics, and prejudice with far more nuance and maturity than you'd expect from a kid's show. Well, unless you've seen Avatar. Another thing the Dragon Prince shares with Avatar is a goofy, irreverent sense of Nickelodeon-style humor, which can be a bit childish, but charming more often than not. If there's one thing that really lets this series down, it's the cel-shaded CG animation, which uses a frame-skipping technique that's supposed to mimic the feel of traditional anime, but is mostly just distractingly choppy. Sometimes it works, and when it does, it looks gorgeous. The action scenes in particular are phenomenal, but the art style is definitely something you have to put up with rather than enjoy. But if you can look past that, The Dragon Prince offers one of the best fantasy adventures I've seen in a long time, and one that is every bit as charming as Avatar before it. On the subject of charm, in second place we've got a show packed to bursting with it, and quite possibly the single greatest harem anime ever made, Ouran High School Host Club. A series about a young girl named Haruhi Fujioka whose good grades earn her a scholarship at Ouran Private Academy, an elite school for the children of the 0.001%.
Wow.
Haruhi has it rough enough as the lone commoner at a school where most of her classmates arrive by limo, but it gets even rougher when she wanders into the ornate clubroom of the titular hosts, a group of rich pretty boys who spend their leisure time entertaining the school's army of debutantes, and subsequently shatters a priceless antique.
Oh no!
Now she's forced to use her boyish good looks to work as a host herself, all while trying to keep her real gender a secret, learning the art of seduction from, and dealing with the advances of, a bunch of rich, handsome fuckboys. It's absurd, hilarious, and absolutely delightful from beginning to end. The show wrings so much humor out of its insanely affluent setting, where the students are so detached and rich that they find instant coffee to be a novelty, and even more out of the club members themselves. Every single member of this reverse harem is brimming with more personality than the entire cast of most shows in the genre, from the cheeky Tachin twins, the calculating Kyoya, to the adorable and terrifyingly manipulative boy Lolita, Honey, who, despite his looks and childish behavior, is one of the club's oldest members. And the main boy, Tamaki, is just really good. And really dumb. There are few anime out there in any genre with a cast this varied and lovable. Next up at number 1, we've got Mobile Suit Gundam Unicorn, the last recent addition to the Netflix library that I wanted to highlight. Gundam is one of the most influential and expansive anime franchises in existence.
Did not realize Netflix had a
fan base
Gundam
in
series.
Japan, but it's never really taken off in the West in the same way. Mostly because the series' main setting, the Universal Century, has a profoundly complicated and lengthy timeline comprised of 4 50-episode TV shows, 8 OVAs, several movies, including one hilariously terrible Canadian TV movie that was at one point official canon, and a theme ride. I think a lot of anime fans are aware that Gundam is great and would really like to get invested in its world, but don't know where to start. Well, Unicorn is one answer to that question. A self-contained story told across 7 hour-long OVAs that serves to expand the Universal Century setting while also working as a great jumping-on point for newcomers. It stars an entirely fresh cast of characters and plays on the history of the UC timeline without requiring intimate knowledge of any of it. It also plays on the philosophical themes of war at the heart of Gundam in interesting ways. It really encapsulates everything that makes Gundam great, and it's got one more feature to recommend it: insane production values. While Sunrise doesn't go all out with every anime they produce, when they do, there are few studios who can even touch them. And as an OVA meant to serve as a definitive entry in their flagship franchise, Unicorn is about as all out as they've ever gone. The animation in this series, from the mech fights to the moments of subtle character acting, is nothing short of astonishing. Even if you've got zero interest in Gundam, it's worth watching Unicorn for the sheer spectacle alone. There are few anime out there that will make better use of your HD TV and soundbar, or your home theater setup if you have it, since both the dub and the sub are mastered in 5.1. Worst case scenario, you're going to be treated to a few hours of great science fiction and awesome robot fights. Best case, you'll have found a new anime obsession with years of content to work through. Not that you'll need the extra stuff on your to-watch list, because I think I just added like 40 hours to it. Sorry, and you're welcome. Let me know in the comments below which of the shows on this list you're most interested in, and which other
check out that Magi one.
Library
Her in high school sounds funny.
Peeps. While you're down there, hit the like button if you like the video, and don't forget to subscribe and ring the notification bell to ensure that you catch every single Mother's Basement video that comes out from now until the end of time. I'm Jeff Boo, professional shitbag, signing out from my mother's basement.
Decent. Might have to check some of those out. I mean, there's other stuff on Netflix that I haven't watched, like Kagaguri, is it? Kagaguri and Jin. Yeah, but that's cool. So yeah, there we are. We got more suggestions. Go check them out. I know I will at some point when I've finished all the other stuff. So you sure you don't want us to get home? Okay, fair enough. Thank you guys very much for watching. What did you guys think of that? What did you guys think of this? Click like, subscribe if you haven't already. Leave comments down below. Let me know what I should watch and discuss in future videos. And I'll see you guys. It's all you guys next time. Bye. Yes. Purple. Oh, another purple one. Gotcha.